Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
This is Nova.
And Max was Black.
And we're bringing you an update video with a webcam.
Woo! We're getting fancy.
High quality, because my camera downstairs is not hooked up currently, and that's actually too much effort.
It's just way too much work.
It's actually too much. Yeah.
We're just going to do an audio video, and I was like, hey, let's do
a webcam video.
Yeah, why not?
Why not make it that much more epic? So here we are in the world's most decorated room. As you can see, here I have my wall, and over here is my wall.
This is a pretty good setup, though, if it was like a green screen back there. Like
it would be,
yeah. Green,
if
like
I wanted
have like
to,
a perfect streaming room.
If I wanted to do that and be like all the other like douches that just cover the bottom right-hand side of their screen with them, it looks really bad. It looks bad. It's like a cool effect, but it looks kind of retarded. Anyway,
yeah.
Wow.
Let's not.
This is what happens when we go on camera.
Yeah.
See? This is dangerous. This is dangerous. But we have an itinerary over here on the screen, sir. So, this is a relatively serious video, although nothing with us is purely serious. It's relatively serious in that we have to, and hopefully more people watch this shit because our face is on it. I'm not even gonna put a thumbnail. I'm just gonna let people know that our faces are in this video so that you guys fucking lazy bastards watch this shit. So, because it is serious and you guys should all see this. Okay? So, we have some things we want to talk about. First and foremost, we want to talk about the last 6 to 9 months of LAGTV.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof.
I think that's a pretty good description.
Is that an accurate description?
I mean, when you say lack thereof, we mean as in
not as much and as high quality.
Yeah, we shouldn't say not as much because we still have been putting out the same amount of material.
This is true.
But I would,
aside from the second channel, which went away for a while, which we're going to get to that.
But let's just put it this way: Adam and I's passion to create content on YouTube was
it went something like this in the beginning, and then bad things happened to good people, and we managed to do this for a while, and then more bad things happened to good people, and then it did this.
That's pretty much what happened, and you know, we apologize to you guys first and foremost. I mean, we don't have much to say sorry about because I don't want like, honestly, I still think we've been doing our job.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, for the really hardcore fans out there that's been with us since day one, I'm sure you guys have noticed that our attitude, perhaps, I guess, has been a bit different. You know, there's been more frustration in casts. There's been more frustration with comments, and you know.
Oh, I've been going on a tear.
That's more of it. That's more of
me,
him, but
because I read that shit.
Yeah, and I've been more of the guy that's been pretty successful outside of LAGTV. So my passion to actually do more as a team was really going downhill quick, and that's because I guess you can get into that. It was a mental thing for us. Yeah. Perhaps you want to tell everybody what the hell, as much as you can, what was going on.
Legally.
Yeah.
As much as, which should automatically tell you that we're about to go down a dark road.
Dark.
Legally. Darker than this. I didn't want to mess your glasses up. I hope I didn't.
It's okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, basically what happened was when we joined the Dark One, Machinima, as many of you guys would know it as, back a long time ago now, probably 2 years ago? 2 years ago. We joined them as it was our big option. It was our only option. And we went through some rough stuff that we legally cannot talk about at the time, about 4 months into our stay there, our tenure there. And that took 4 more months to clean up. And then once that was done, there was great talk of making LAGTV an integral part of the Machinima network. We were there at the time, at that point, pretty much their only really true major StarCraft channel in existence. LAGTV 2 didn't really exist yet at that time.
I think at the time there was like only Crota.
It was just Crota was the only other one that
like,
really...
And Force, I think. Yeah. Were like the only guys that were really doing...
And this was before Force was doing like Force Feed and becoming his own like media empire. So this was a while ago.
Shout out to Force.
Yeah, absolutely. So we... So we were on a high, right? We were like, well, this is it. This is going to be a great opportunity. We haven't had that push yet in the market to get our stuff in front of people. This is going to be great. So we got promised a bunch of things, and then a bunch of things didn't happen.
Yeah, we actually, you guys noticed at one point we put When Cheese Fails on Machinima as a series.
Yes.
And that was sort of a test. They wanted to see how well the StarCraft stuff would do on the channel. Unfortunately, it didn't do well at all. In fact, it did so poorly that we actually had to make a deal where we could actually post the same games on our channel so that people would actually watch. Now, the reason why it didn't do well, I don't believe it was because of the actual content, but it was because Machinima was posting 50 videos a day, and ours just got buried the moment that it got released. So unless you were at that specific hour refreshing your subscription box, you weren't going to see our video.
No.
And we were told that, you know, it was going to be featured on the channel, that we were going to be box for box on their channel, and that they were going to, you know, like and favorite and really give us the networking that we needed because
of said thing that we cannot legally talk about.
Exactly. They felt as though they were in a bit of a debt to us.
Yeah.
And they felt as though this was a good way of sort of making amends.
Which was nice.
Which was nice, and we you know, accidents happen.
Yeah.
And it totally wasn't their fault. So we weren't like, you know, die Machinima, but we were upset about something, and they wanted to make it up for us. Now, with that being said, they didn't follow through on their agreement by any, like, they got us on the channel, but they didn't do what they said they were going to do.
Zero follow-up.
And then when we went to them and said, hey guys, you know, what the hell, we got put into that whole, you know, wait 3 weeks, we'll get back to you, wait another 3 weeks, we'll get back to you.
Then there was like 2 or 3 exchanges of people in the positions that we were in contact with. So there were like a million changes in the company, there's a billion different people involved, and then a new group of people came in, had no idea of the obligations of the last people, that all got lost, and then we got a second and third round after that. Promises of new things and everything to make up for the lack of stuff. And then we said, okay. At this point in time, LAGTV 2 was in existence. And it was doing quite well doing the LAGCraft stuff, because this was before we started doing LAGTV Versus and everything else. This was the second promise. We can totally do this. We're going to get your stuff on here. We want to do a thing like we did before. We're going to do everything. It was basically the same thing rehashed, version 2.0.
And we got it because Machinima, let's be real, is not a StarCraft network.
No.
It's a frickin' Minecraft Machinima type skits.
And then it's like your $5 million production Halo video.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So when we created LAGTV 2... one of the main reasons why we came up with that is because we go, okay, we need to expand our brand. We need to get out there. We've already tapped the StarCraft community. Everybody, for the most part, knows or has heard of us, whether they like or hate us. They know, and there's really not that much more room to grow and to be honest, to pay the bills. Because at the end of the day, we have to make money.
Yeah.
And
I know some of you think that we're ballers. I want you to erase that thought from your mind.
We want to be ballers.
I would love to be a baller.
And that's
Hey Jeff.
Yeah.
Ask me what car I drive.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a 2003 hideous green Ford Focus
That your grandmother gave
that my grandmother gave me. Because she can't drive any longer.
Yeah. So that's and before we get into the LAGTV 2 is also, we were a bit frustrated because we felt as though we were being underpaid as well. We had, when we became successful, you know, when somebody offers you money in a contract to make money off video games, we were very excited, naive, and we jumped into something without really shopping around. So
the industry was super new then
if
too.
If you guys are a YouTuber, or if you're a streamer or something, before you sign to anybody, I'm not even just saying about Machinima, because what we're saying about Machinima is bad right now, but there were some good things, and I'll get into that. But make sure that you shop around and sort of look at all of the different things, because if somebody's offering you X amount of dollars per 1,000 views, and you're like, oh my god, I can make, say, you know, $1,000 in a month off playing video games, and you just sign your life away for 3 years, and then when you become successful, somebody comes and says, hey, well, we're going to pay you 30% more, but you've already signed contracts and you're locked in, then there becomes sort of this, you hold a resentment, right? And then you try to get a raise because other people, but since they have you locked in at a certain thing, they have no right to do that. And you know what? You can't blame them. It's a business. That's how business works.
They're not going to spend more money if they don't have to.
Why would they? It depends on the company, because some companies will be like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. Yeah. And those are good companies. Yeah. But some companies, hey, it is what it is. So I highly recommend, guys, to make sure that you at least look at 2 or 3 options. And if they're relatively the same, then you go, okay, what fits best with the type of material that I do? Yeah. And I think that was our biggest problem, is we jumped in with a network that didn't do StarCraft.
If we really like Call of Duty
or Minecraft,
I mean, we like Minecraft.
Oh yeah, we love Minecraft. Yeah.
We don't get me wrong. We like Minecraft, and I know a lot of people have been asking for Lightcraft since we stopped doing it a long time ago. But it was the Machinima already had the Minecraft guys, and then if you weren't like a Call of Duty montage expert, then that was basically all. That was the show, and that's the Machinima show. That, or you were doing like the friggin' Halo Forward Unto Dawn $50 million budget thing where they got like actors and shit. Ain't nobody got money for that around here in Canuckville, Canada.
Nobody got time for that.
No. So from that point, we then had the third iteration, the third promise.
Yeah, with LAGTV 2.
With LAGTV 2 of, you're doing LAGTV Versus? Oh, you're doing Dear LAGTV?
Oh, you're doing Minecraft?
These seem phenomenal.
This fits our company.
This fits great. 1 second while I go set up something for you on one of our channels for LAGTV Versus was the flavor of that month. Come back. I'm sorry, but we can't because it's not... I'm not even shitting you. Could you do Minecraft? Was the actual email. And so then we said, sure, what would you like? And then they wanted us to do stuff outside of what we were already doing, specifically for this thing over here that we knew we wouldn't get any more, and it wasn't going to get exposed like the other stuff was. It was just going to be there. It was just going to float there. There was no extra thing on top of it. And then on top of that, when we did present them with our ideas... Hi. We're back.
He accidentally stopped recording.
Apparently the space bar ends a recording. So we're back now.
Great.
Hi. It's going to be fun to sync my voice to that. It'll happen. I'm a magician. I'm a magician. So, anyway, like I was saying, they didn't want what we had to offer, and so as soon as that became a thing, that went away. And then there was no more offers. And at that point, we were burnt out. We were like, and that took... That would almost be okay if that response took...
Oh, I don't know, a day or two?
Maybe a week. A week.
Yeah.
A week, I'd be okay with a week.
Yeah.
This was like over the course of 3 months.
It took months, yeah. And I would come over to Adam's house.
Yeah.
And I do this thing where I try to motivate the team. It's like in a cheesy fucking sports film or something, or I'm a gladiator.
I've got my notepad.
No. The best thing is like Braveheart,
The Braveheart speech.
Yeah, and you've got the epic music in the background, and I'm going, Adam, I think it's time. We're going to do something crazy. We're going to start up LAGTV Versus. We're going to cut it up. It's going to be awesome. We're going to, play games. It's going to be just like a podcast, and people are going to love it because they like, our chemistry, and, but, everybody else sort of does the same thing, but they're not us, and we can do this. We can make this work.
Yes!
We're going to take some crazy games.
Yes!
We're going to do some crazy editing.
Yes!
And, we're going to have a taint cam.
Yes!
And it's going to be awesome.
Yes!
And then Adam's like, yeah. And then we get amped, and we're fucking pumped, right? There's the tank cam, right? It's just like a view.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. The camera would be right there in the bottom left of the screen.
Tank cam.
And it'd be awesome, right? And every time something epic happened, you'd see the boner.
Did we just manage to get a dick joke into an announcement video?
I think we did.
That happened.
All right, great.
Okay.
So that was pretty much, I'd come over and we'd have these talks, and then we'd be energized because... Honestly, guys, we were like dead on the inside. We felt as though we weren't growing anymore, and it wasn't because we weren't doing content. It's just because we needed more eyes, and they were not.
And we needed cooperation.
And YouTube has done so many changes that at the beginning we were always front page YouTube.
Yeah.
But they've changed
That
it so
doesn't
that
exist
guys
anymore.
like PewDiePie and some Uber guy are constantly in the front page because they already have millions and millions of subscribers and views, which leaves guys with like 20, 30,000, 60,000 on a high end.
Dead in the water.
Just dead. So it's only sort of referral, or that's why we're like, guys, hit that like and favorite button, because those were the only ways we could ever see
growth,
new people come in. And of course, naturally people leave.
Yeah.
You know, because that's just the way it is. Some people just don't like us anymore. Some people just don't have time to watch videos anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is. And we were like just really upset to the fact that we weren't getting any support, and we felt like we were pouring all over, we were buying all this new equipment. We felt as though our quality was better than some of the other people's on there, and they were giving like treatment to certain people only because they had Minecraft and Call of Duty and they already had a bajillion views, but we just needed an opportunity, and we were just upset. So what we did is we just said, all right, fuck this. We're gonna cut out LAGTV 2 until we get to the bottom of all this mess, because we just did not have a desire to record Minecraft or get together and do things when we knew that it was going to get 8,000 views. And guys, it's not all about views, but the fact is, when we felt as though we were just creating material and it wasn't getting out there, and we were pouring our souls and our effort into this, it just didn't feel worth it. And then, you know, I was making a better living on, say, Twitch TV live streaming, so the point where I would have to take out a day from that and then go there when we get 8,000 views, and we have to split it 50-50. We might make $5. And it got to the point where we were like, you know, and same with Adam. He'd be better off live streaming. And it was a no-brainer.
You know you hit a new low when I can do better live streaming than I can doing live TV
You're doing better,
stuff.
though. His stream's getting up there. Go check it out. But,
yeah,
you know, that was the way it was. And we're happy to say that
it's over, baby.
It's over.
It's over.
We're away from Machinima.
We are officially, as of today,
we're done.
We are done.
It was
the 28th.
It took months, and basically when LAGTV 2 stopped was when we were really fighting to get out. We won't get too much into you know, the reasons why.
No need to.
Except for the fact that we, as who we are, we just do not fit with Machinima.
No.
Plain and simple. We're just not those people, and that's they knew it. We knew it. Of course, they wanted to keep us on because we were making them shitloads of money. But hey, that's just the way it is, and we're happy to say that we're now with the Game Station.
Yes. Yeah.
TGS.
Really quick transition. It took 2 meetings, and it was done.
Well, we've had different, you know, we've had IGN, we've had TGS, we've had a bunch of other, you know, sort of up and coming.
There's been several that have approached us asking us if we would like to join their networks.
Yeah, we had the Yogscast email us and be like, guys, you need to get on TGS because you guys belong here.
Yep.
And
Mr. Day 9 did the same thing. We've
had talks with Day 9.
We've talked with Sean a few times, and honest to God, I've never so badly just wanted to be able to work with a group of people in my life. I mean, the guys at TGS, and I'm not saying this because we're signed on with them yet, they understand YouTube. Mm-hmm. And they understand YouTube gaming specifically,
and networking, and sharing viewers, and being part of a team.
And people who don't do this for a living, you know, they'll never be able to fully understand the actual like mechanics behind it all. Mm-hmm. Nor will they understand how difficult it can be and how draining it can be to be in a situation like we were in, and still try and produce content, because to everybody else it looks like we're getting together, we're recording, we're talking over a video game. Yeah. You're playing. How hard can it be? You're playing video games for a living.
And it is easy in that sense. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
And even if you explained it, it just still doesn't sound like something that's going to kill you. But at the end of the day, I just need to assure you.
When you do something enough, it feels like work. Trust me.
It's work. It's no longer, and you don't enjoy video games anymore like you used to, and so on and so forth, in the same sense, because you can't. When you start playing them, you go, hey, I should probably record this.
It's no longer. I haven't ever played a game since the birth of LAGTV by myself, no stream.
No.
and not and you know
and not just felt like, hey, I should probably do this as a thing.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want you guys to think we're complaining because I have the best fucking job in the world, and I love you guys for that. But we've just been frustrated, and we want to be as open as possible with you guys.
Because we are always open with you guys.
Yeah, and you know there are obviously some things we can't talk about, but you know we try to be an open slate with you guys and just say, hey, this is what happened. We're not breaking up. We're not fucking, hating our jobs anymore. We're not going anywhere. We just needed an opportunity. And TGS, it really wants to get behind us. And, that's...
Can we get 2 dick jokes into one cast?
We might be able to.
I think we can make that happen.
And we really want to get behind them. And make this shit
3.
work.
All right, great.
It doesn't mean that we're going to become these networking whores where we're like and favorite all these videos and we're only worried about all this stuff. But we're going to be able to get in some of these TGS podcasts and be part of the experience that is TGS. And more doors will hopefully open for us. And the more we're able to viewers we get, the more we're going to be able to entertain and bring better quality stuff and bring it at much bigger scale.
It's basically the shit that we've wanted to do for a long time, and so we're super excited about that. And hopefully, this news suddenly makes everybody starts to understand a little bit about what's going on and whatnot. So just talking about the future of LAGTV and what we're doing moving forward. So basically, this channel, which is where it's gonna, we're not going to put this on LAGTV 2. We'll just put this on LAGTV.
Yeah, put it on LAGTV.
On this channel, this is the esports channel. Now, I know there's a great group of you out
let's
there.
Not get
I'm not going to go too far into it. No,
okay, good.
I've already done the rant.
All right, don't get into that.
I don't need to get into that again. We got time for it. But I know there's a group that is hell-bent on this being StarCraft only, and as much as I would love for that to be a thing that wouldn't kill us, it would. So, this is the esports thing. I know it seems a bit weird also that when we do League of Legends right now, for instance, we're just doing games where we're playing a game. And that's just as we're going through like the learning process. If more comes out of it, it does. If not, who cares? Yeah, it's the esports channel.
You might only see League of Legends for another month, and we may just say, hey, we just don't want to do this anymore.
We don't really do it anymore. You don't know, but it's esports related, and in that, then that's a thing. I know it also seems like a Let's Play, and therefore some people think it needs to be on the second channel, but we have very specific ideas of what the second channel is going to be, and so in that, that's what this channel has now become. Yes, even the description of the channel says esports, not just StarCraft 2 anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the idea for this channel. LAGTV 2 will be almost anything else that we decide to do. That's LAGTV Versus. Mm-hmm. That's Dear LAGTV. Minecraft. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Lagcraft, specifically. Lagcraft could also make a surprise comeback in some form. So that's going to be that kind of deal on that channel. So and who knows, maybe even now and then we might do like if we really want to play a cooperative game. Maybe we'll just do like a full Let's Play of it or something.
6.
Resident Evil 6.
That's a thing.
The second worst game of all time, next to Resident Evil 6. So I'm, we can do stuff like that, and we'll be able to and want to. Important caveat here is that we are going to want to do this shit now. And so that's what you guys can look forward to, and we really look forward to it. We feel like we've got some energy again.
Yeah, we've got
some energy again.
Got some gas in the tank.
Got some gassed up and ready to go out there. So
and also, guys, if there's anything that you would like to see in the future, let us know in the comments below.
Sure.
And we'll take it into consideration. We're trying to make it. Everybody's been asking for podcasts from us. And I think probably
who knows?
Yeah, I think right now probably the best thing you're going to do is see us on a TGS podcast when we get invited. But for the most part, we want to make it feel as though you guys are always experiencing the podcast while we're doing a game.
Yeah, well, and that's what we ultimately want to do, because that's where
sort of the game is just the thing. Exactly,
it's a vehicle for us to be able to talk. Now, obviously, in a podcast, you have very specific things you're talking about, but at the end of the day, that's what you're going to get.
You're for the banter, right?
Yeah, if you're here, if you like our banter, you're going to like anything LAGTV versus or Dear LAGTV that we do, and anything on the other channel, really. Even if you don't like the game, you're going to likely enjoy what happens in terms of our interaction. So so you can look forward to that. I'm sure a podcast could be a thing down the road. It's a pretty straightforward thing to do that we'd be able to pick up if there's great interest in it, and so you can look forward to that as well.
Yeah, but right now we're just focusing on getting back on track.
Yeah.
We're now with TGS, which is a start. We're going to continue to pump out that StarCraft content. That won't change. And then we'll get a steady flow of content on the Life's a Glitch TV 2 channel. And then we'll take it from there. We're going to play it by ear. You know, we're not going to say, this is what we're going to do right now. Adam and I still have to do some brainstorming.
Yep.
But we have a pretty good idea on the vision that we want to go. And we really want to grow as a team and see how big LAGTV can get. Because I think Adam and I have worked hard enough. And we're ready to get out there to the masses, because I feel as though we just haven't had that opportunity yet. And we've looked at all of our back end statistics and stuff, and the majority of people that watch us for the first time,
they stick around.
And our main goal right now is to get out there in front of more eyeballs. So if you guys really enjoy a video that you see either on the StarCraft channel or the LAGTV 2 channel, then do us a favor and hit that like button or favorite, or share it on your Facebook or Twitter or something like that. And you guys have no idea. Like, just imagine if 20,000 people watch a video and 1,000 people share. You know, that could be potentially thousands of more people that can tune in and see the show. And, you know, the more successful we get, the more things we can do. And ultimately, the happier we are. And you know, a part of it also was Adam was in a position where, I don't know if you're comfortable with me saying it, but Adam was in a position where, you know, he finished school and he didn't really know if this was going to be a reality for a long term, or he has to go back to the working force, you know. And I felt the same way. You know, do I go into school? You know, am I setting myself up for disaster 5 years down the road? And it was really weighing heavily on both of our minds, more so Adam's, because I was able to do a lot more outside of LAGTV, so I had a little bit more of a cushion. But I still felt the same way Adam did, but he was really conflicted. And now we know, and we're on the same page together, where we want to take LAGTV, and we want this to be a long-term thing. I don't want to, like, you know, get old and go gray and do this, but I want to be able to make a swing at this, and then, you know, perhaps down the road, doors will open where
into other things.
We can go into maybe a game company and have a say in a game, or do something behind the scenes, and, you know, those sort of things. And that's, you know, what we want. The dream jobs, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yes, we want that.
We're going to work really hard to give you guys awesome content, and we want to thank you. We hit that 100,000 subscriber mark, and hopefully we can do the same on LAGTV 2 in a shorter period of time.
Yes.
And we promise you guys we're going to give it our all, and hopefully you guys will stick behind us on some of the things that we do. Just have a little bit of faith in some of the new things we do. That's all we ask. If we try something new and you don't like it, we'd love to hear about it, but give us like a little bit of leeway.
Give us some leeway, and if you don't like it, don't be that guy that's like, the fuck is this nonsense bullshit?
More when cheese fails.
Fucking where's my when cheese fail? Fuck me.
Because some of the shit doesn't work, you know.
No.
Some of the casts we do are shit. We know that. Some of the games we play and things we do are shit. We know that.
Yeah, sure.
We know that.
You know, just be like, hey, you know, I appreciate this. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but you know, keep doing. Phrase it like that, please.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get some trolls, but I mean, when like 20% of the people are
like raging,
League of Legends.
It's just really
League of Legends. But we love you guys, seriously, and we thank you for giving us the opportunity to do what we love to do. And hopefully, this is going to be a long-term thing. We're so excited with TGS, and I also want you guys to know that Machinima isn't the devil. They just were not right for us. They always
a right fit.
They always paid us on time.
Yep.
They always did. They always paid us on time.
Well, they did what they were contractually obligated to.
There you go.
At that point, you know, you can't.
It's one of those companies. They do what they say they're going to do, but they don't do a whole lot more.
They don't
unless you're like grande. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which sounds like a backhanded compliment, but at the end of the day, that's really what it is. It's just not a fit for us. TGS should be
is a fit. It's a match made in heaven.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better, and we look forward to moving forward with that. But we can wrap this up now.
Yeah, let's do it. It's been long. I was like, before we started, I was like, let's not make this 30 minutes.
Let's not make this 30 minutes. Guess what? If you take a quick look down below,
it's about 30 minutes.
We have just about crossed the 30-minute line. So we're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it if you watch this whole thing. Really, seriously, because the people who pay attention to these things are generally the people that actually give a fuck about LAGTV. And then the other people that don't are just here because they just enjoy it. And then if we ever stop doing what we're doing, then they're not going to pay attention to us. And so if you're one of those people watching this thing, I appreciate it greatly.
Thank you.
We will, give us a couple weeks to get back into a groove. Don't expect this to suddenly be tomorrow.
No.
Fucking
No, we're getting a schedule set so that there's certain times where we know we have to be together and record.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to live stream the StarCraft stuff because it's the most efficient way of doing it, and
Absolutely.
also we're trying to target the Twitch TV audience as well. But when it comes to LAGTV stuff, Adam and I are going to be together in person, and we're going to work our magic that way, and we're going to see what we can come up with.
See what happens.
Yep.
But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Nova War.
And Maximus Black.
And we will English is a tough language.
Yeah. I got my brace off today. Fuck.
Perfect.